Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Alay sa Freshmen, the NTC Freshman Orientation Program. We are delighted that you were able to join us today as you begin your journey in our beloved Tanglao. I am your host, Mr. Matthew Blay. Please take note that concerns with specific offices may be coursed through the Student Action Center link that we will post on our chat room. Let us focus on typing in our FB chats meaningful and sensible comments and questions you might have related to your fresh start at NTC. Our leaders and faculty members will be ready to respond to you. We now invite you to a short prayer. This will be followed by the singing of the national anthem. We praise you, Lord, for bringing to Tanglao our new students. Their stories and aspirations are now part of our community. Through them, may we find inspiration to create a safe and secure environment where they can grow to become better versions of themselves. Pour upon them your grace and wisdom, and make us the angels to guide and protect them.
Bayang magiliw, relasang silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisiil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong baghaw, may nilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisat ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdiningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pagnay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
The National Teachers College believes that the journey of each new student is an exercise towards seeing bigger pictures. Let us now hear some words of welcome from the Dean of the School of Teacher Education. Dean?
Thank you very much, Matt. No, thank you very much. Isang pinagpalang araw at maligayang pagdating sa inyong bagong tahanan, ang tanglaw ng edukasyon sa Pilipinas. Ako po si Ferdy Pitagan, you could call me Dean Ferds, Dean Pitagan, ang inyong tukano sa School of Teacher Education. Kung may pinatunayan ang pagkakataong na andito ko ngayon, ibig sabihin noon kayo ay patuloy na lumalaban upang ipagpatuloy ang paglinang ninyo sa sarili nyo, upang ipagpatuloy ang inyong edukasyon.
Isang mapagpala at
sumasaludo kami sa inyo
araw sa lahat.
Ayan. Dahil po tayo ay live, meron pong some technical difficulties. Pero to continue, kayo ngayon ay naandito bilang pagpapatunay na patuloy ninyong nililinang ang inyong mga sarili at pinagpapatuloy ang inyong adhikaing makatapos ng edukasyon. At kami ay lubos na nagpapasalamat sa pagtangkilik ninyo sa Tanglao, sa National Teachers College, at sa pagtangkilik nyo sa School of Teacher Education. Ang tawag po natin sa ating kolehiyo ay Pamilyang SOTE. Dahil mula sa araw na to, kayo ang aming mga bunso. Kayo ang aming mga bulilit na aalagaan, gagabayan upang katulad ng mga ate at kuya ninyo na nauna na sa inyo ay magtagumpay din sa pagkuha ng edukasyon. Kasi kami sa SOTE, sa Pamilyang SOTE ay naniniwala na ang edukasyon ang greatest equalizer nating lahat. Ito ang maggagabay sa atin, sa pamilya natin, sa susunod na henerasyon at lalong-lalo na sa minamahal nating Pilipinas. I want you to sit tight and enjoy your freshies or freshman orientation. Alam ko yung iba sa inyo kinakabahan, yung iba excited, no? Yung iba mixed feelings, di ba? Mamaya magkakaroon tayo ng usapan, paano ba kami noon? Ayan. So ngayon, mulit-muli ang aming pagpupugay sa inyo, sa inyong mga magulang, at sa patuloy niyong pagdinang sa inyong mga sarili. If you do have any questions, at SOTE, we do have an open door policy. Makikilala niyo ang mga pinuno natin you could always drop us a line or a message so that we would be able to manage your concerns accordingly. Ayan. Mabuhay po kayo. Welcome to SOTE. Mabuhay po ang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat, Ma.
Thank you, Dean Pitagan. We will call our dean back, and this time he will be joined by our program heads. This segment is entitled Ganito Kami Noon, after a classic Filipino film. But our focus is a bit exciting because our discussion leader, Sir PJ Blando, our academic affairs coordinator, will twist it a bit. Sir PJ?
Okay, maraming salamat Sir Matt at magandang hapon sa ating lahat. And welcome sa kapitapitagang mga bunso ng School of Teacher Education. So ngayong hapon po, masasaksihan niyo po ang ating mga school leaders. No? So simulan po natin ang pagpapakilala sa kanila. So let me now call our program head for for elementary education. So hawak na po ang BE-Ed, BS-NED at BSED, Early Childhood Education. Let's now welcome Professor Nina Jasmines. Ma'am Nina, good afternoon.
Good afternoon po, Sir Blando.
At may naman let's also welcome ang ating program head for our secondary education. So hawak niya ang BS-Ed, hawak niya ang BTL-Ed at BPED. Okay, let's now welcome Professor Linda Cangayo. Good afternoon, Professor Linda.
Good afternoon po and mapagpalang umaga po sa lahat ng nanonood ngayon.
Ma'am Linda, hapon na, umaga ka pa din.
Ay, sorry! Nakabahan kasi ako sa
Biro lang. Of course. Okay lang yan, Professor Linda. And of course, ang ating program head nung last sem, ng summer ng secondary, pero ngayon po ay na-assign na po siya sa graduate program. Pero kasama pa rin po natin siya sa School of Teacher Education, Professor Chu Soriano. Hi, Miss Chu!
Hi, Sir PJ. Good afternoon sa lahat ng mga kasote na freshmen. Good afternoon.
Ayan. And of course, ang ating napakinggan kanina na nag-welcome sa ating lahat na si Dean Pitagan ay kasama rin natin sa ating Ganito Kami Noon segment ng orientation. So, handa na ba kayong makinig sa magiging kwento ng bawat isa sa ating school leaders, lalo na ng School of Teacher Education? So, meron ako mga katanungan sa kanila at nais nating mapakinggan ano ang kwento ng pagiging freshies din nila noon. Kasi lahat kami dumaan doon. So, naniniwala kami na yung kwento namin, sana may mapulot kayong nuggets of gold. Okay? Para tayo mga Dora Explorers na along the way, baka may mapulot tayo at gamitin natin to para mapagtagumpayan natin ang simulan ng first semester. So, hindi na ako magpapatumpik-tumpik pa. Simulan na natin ang tanong.
Recording in
progress. So, para
progress.
po sa ating lahat ito, ano po ang inyong college course at bakit po ito ang inyong pinili? So ito po yung order ng pagsagot. Simulan natin kay Dean Fergs, tapos kay Miss Nina, kay Miss Linda, tapos kay Miss Chu. Meron lamang po kayo 30 seconds each to answer this question. Timer starts now. Dean Fergs.
Grabe naman yung 30 seconds, Diyos ko. Anyway, ako kasi, ang aking undergrad is computer science. During those time, parang no? Parang boom na boom ang ComSci na dapat pupunta ka sa Silicon Valley and you would be great, no? I never dreamt of being a teacher kasi alam ko mahirap ang teacher kasi teacher ang nanay ko. Pero after kung gumrad nung first year ako, so okay lang sa akin yung ComSci. Pero nung nagtrabaho na ako, parang something is amiss. Kasi nga, I'm a people person. Hindi ko naman kaya kausapin yung computer. Parang after some time, parang na-bore sa work. Ito, working na ako. Nung first time ko mag-work, nagturo ako sa Philippine Science. At during my first day, alas, parang I felt I belong. This is where I should be. Alam niyo yon? So parang I caught the teaching bug. And from that day onwards, I stayed in the teaching profession. Pero yung first year college ko also paved the way of how I embrace now educational technology. Kasi nga dahil comsci ako, so techie, tapos nagpunta naman ako sa education, which is now what I'm using for my for affecting a process for efficiency in educational technology at NTC and other universities. Ayan.
Thank you,
Thank you
Dean.
very much.
Prof.
Ang
Nina,
hirap
kayo
ng
naman
30
po.
seconds.
Lumagpas nga eh.
Ay, good afternoon po. Ako po, I am from UST. May BSE. Ako po kasi BSE, major in Filipino po ako. So, Filipino major ako. But before I became a Filipino major, nung high school po talagang dalawa yung choice ko. I wanted to be a psychologist and at the same time as a teacher din. Parang para i-combine yon. Pero kasi nung high school po ako, ang strength ko talaga Filipino. So feeling ko confident ako ituro yung subject na yun. So I had an experience then. Nagkaroon ako ng experience dun sa isang part ng Boys Town na parang nagturo ako. So doon ko po nag-gustuhan na maging teacher. Kasi sabi ko, ay, baka kaya ko to. So, ayun po. Yun nga, feeling ko best subject ko siya. Kasi yung other subjects ko naman, sige, okay lang kahit na hindi ako highest, average lang. Pero yung Filipino, ay, kailangan mag-highest ako dito. Kasi yun yung gusto kong subject. Eh. So, yun po. That's the reason why I took up Filipino as my major. And secondary education kasi gusto ko talaga malalaki na yung tinuturuan ko. So, okay naman din po yung elementary. But, yun nga po, BSE.
Thank you po. Let's now listen to Ma'am Linda.
Yun po. Ako naman po, when I was in high school, kasi sobrang daldal ko po. So, my teachers, no, yung mga kakilala ko, they were pushing me to take up mass communication po. So, ako naman po, parang that time, feeling ko mass communication talaga yung para sa akin. So, nakapasa naman po ako sa isang state university. However, nagkasakit po yung mother ko, so I have to work at 17 years old. So, hindi ko pa po alam yung psychology noon. So, nagkaroon po ako ng coworker na psychology yung major. Binasa ko yung book niya and I became very interested. Parang sabi ko, with the knowledge of psychology, parang lahat ng organization, be it clinical, industrial, or academe, pag maayos na ni-apply yung principles na magandang aralin yung psychology. So, doon ko lang nakita yung psychology and luckily, in NTC, pag psychology major ka, may teaching units ka rin. So I was able to get a course that would help me achieve my dream to become a teacher and to be a psychology major at the same time po.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Linda. So kaiba-ibang kwento. Ngayon naman kwento ni Miss Chu.
Ay, ako, parang ako si Doc Ferdy, hindi ako talaga in line sa teaching to begin with. Sport science and physical ed yung course ko kasi gusto kong mag-medicine. So yung kinuha kong course sa UP is an undergrad for med school, yung prep ko for med school. So, but then again, when I got to do the OJT, yan, that's when I fell in love with teaching. Hindi na ako nagtuloy mag-med. Tinuloy ko na siya as a teaching course. So, pati yung master's ko, it would lead, nag-lead na siya to teaching. Pero yun nga, si God yung may plan nun. Kasi hindi talaga sumagi sa utak ko na maging teacher. Kasi I think I was not a good student. I was a pasaway student. So, natakot ako maging teacher kasi baka bawian ako ng mga students. So, yun. Anyway, that was
Okay. Good. So, nakita po natin mga dear students, no, kanya-kanyang kwento ng freshman college experience. So, laliman na po natin yung ating tanong. So, ito na po. So, Dean Ferds and Miss Nina, Miss Linda, and Miss Chu, ano po yung challenge na meron po kayo nung college, when you were still a college freshman? And how were you able to overcome it? Okay, ito na medyo pang maalaala mo kaya na ito. Sige, so ngayon naman i-reverse natin yung order. Mauuna si Miss Chu, si Miss Lina, si Miss Nina, tapos si Dean first ang dulo. Okay? So, let's maximize our time. So, ano po yung at the meat of that challenge and how you were able to overcome? So, Miss Chu, tell us something about it.
Siguro yung pinaka-challenge ko nung first year ako is to stand out. Kasi sa UP ako nag-aral. So parang feeling ko lahat ng classmate ko matalino. So parang yun yung gusto kong mag-stand out. I want to be at least top 5, top 10 of my batch. So yun yung nahirapan ako. But I want to be part of the orgs as well. So I wanted to do so much with so little time. So pero yun nga, natutunan ko na I have to prioritize number one. Ano yung pinaka-importante? So yun nga, studies first. Kasi kung gusto kong mag-top sa classes ko at gusto kong mag-dean's list or university scholar tawag dun sa UP, meron ako mga kailangan i-give up ng mga bagay-bagay for org duties. Kasi yun nga na hindi ma-manage ng maayos yung time. So early on, natutunan ko na mag-say no dun sa mga hindi ko talaga kayang gawin. And yun nga, i-prioritize talaga yung pag-aaral. So once I got into the rhythm of how the school, how the acads go, saka ako nagdagdag ng mga extracurricular na feeling ko kasi kaya ko na naka-adjust na ako dun sa rigor ng work, rigor ng coursework, saka ako nagdagdag ng mga other things to do. Yun. Ganun ko siya na-overcome.
Thank you, Miss Chu. Miss Linda, how about you? What's your challenge?
For me po, nung nag-aaral po ako, time management po talaga. Kasi as I made mention a while ago po, I was working full-time. And NTC was the only school who made it possible for me to go to college. So I go to school from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m., travel to school from 12 p.m. to 2, travel to work from 2 to 12 to 2. Then I have to work from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Then I study in between kahit nasa FX ako, kahit kahit pag pauwi po ako sa school from work, iniisip ko, matutulog ba ako, magre-review ako. So, but I also became motivated with NTC's academic scholarship. So, despite the time management issue, I grabbed every opportunity to study, even during break times, just so I could get the academic scholarship that I can use for my studies and at the same time preserve my salary for my family's need. So, yun naman po, because of NTC, I was able to overcome that challenge. Time management lang po talaga and focus, and I made study as parang pleasurable activity. It's my rest. So, yun po yung ginawa ko ng college.
Gusto ko yun, no? Let study be your rest. Ako, ilan kaya sa ating mga freshies ang ganun ng kanilang simulain. Miss Nina, how about you?
Nung freshman po ako, actually, first months pa lang meron na akong dilemma. Kasi po, nag-member ako ng School of Cadet Officers by May. So, bago pa lang po magpasukan, nasa UST na ako. So, ang dilemma ko noon is how to balance the extracurricular and academics. Kasi, nahirapan ako noon sa math and at the same time, meron akong organization na fully committed ako. But I don't consider that as, hindi ko dapat ginawa kasi actually being an officer, an ROTC officer, developed my confidence. Kasi nung high school po ako, very shy talaga ako. Hindi niyo po talaga akalaing magiging teacher ako. Kasi nanginginig pa ako tuwing nag-recite ako. But they developed my confidence. Pero yun nga po, I decided na hindi na ako mag-full officer and to prioritize my academics kasi it's my future. College po So it's my future. So sabi ko, tatapusin ko na lang yung year and then I'll focus on academics. Lalo na po yung best friend ko na Dean's Lister. So I really wanted to be a Dean's Lister as well. So yun po.
Good. Thank you po, Miss Nina. And Sir Ferds, how about you? Ano yung challenge nung freshie ka?
Nag-challenge naman ako sa mga to. Yung isa gusto mag-Dean's List. Yung isa gusto mag-university scholar. Diyos ko, yung isang working student. Grabe. Ako, ang challenge ko noon, pasawi kasi talaga ako. Aminin ko na yan. Parang I was a student leader, I was a consistent honor student. Pagdating ko ng college, na iba yung mindset ko. Para akong lumaya. Alam mo yun? yun yung ngayon looking back, parang dapat pala challenging sa akin yung university ko. Huwag niyo ako tutularan, ha? Pero wala akong masyadong pressure. Basta ano lang ako, kung ano yung grade, okay ako. Basta parang happy lang ako. And nawala sa akin yung pagiging competitive ko noong bata ako. Parang, kasi yung context kasi niyan, galing tiga Cavite ako, tapos napasyal ako sa Manila. Alam niyo mga probinsyano na bagong salta sa Maynila, na everything is new, may mall, may ganyan yun. So na-enjoy ko yung pagiging quote-unquote Manileño ko noong. Ang personal challenge ko noon is hindi doon sa studies, but during that time kasi is the onset of the sickness of my mother. So yun yung simula parang first year college ako, nagsimula ng magkasakit yung mami ko. Tapos dahil teacher nga siya, nag-retire na siya. So, medyo emotional ako. Yun yung, doon ako nahihirapan, yung kasi panganay ako, tapos may sakit ang mami ko, tapos nag-aaral kaming lahat. So parang there are short supply of everything, di ba? Parang short supply of income, short supply of patience, kasi syempre, stress out na yung mga bata. Mga bata kami pala yon, yung buong pamilya, yun yung pinaka-challenge ko talaga, yung how do you juggle now your responsibility as the eldest son with a sick mother, tapos 3 pa yung kapatid kong sumunod sa akin na lahat din kami ay nag-aaral. So, yun yung pinaka-challenge ko na luckily, nalampasan naman namin as a family. So, I know some of you are in the same plight, no? Yung, alam mo yun, yung mahirap yung buhay, yung medyo you need to, kailangan magtipid or kailangan, alam mo yun, kailangan mag-share, kailangan yun. So, yun yung pinaka-challenge ko noong, natatandaan ko nung college ako. At ang onset kasi niya yung mga second sem, nagsimula na magkasakit ang mom ko. Yan. Pero, hindi ko naman naisip na kailangan ko mag-university scholar or maging dance. Sobrang competitive pala ng mga tao dito.
at nakita po natin na bawat isa sa ating SOTE leader ay may kanya-kanya po silang kwento. So medyo taas po natin ng konti ang pressure kasi now let's go for our grilling session. Ito na ang ating fast talk. Okay, so sa fast talk po, walang pali-paliwanag, sagot lang. Okay, so bibilisan na po natin. Welcome SOTE students to the fast talk of your school leaders. So ang una pong sasagot ay si Miss Nina, tapos si Dean Ferds, tapos si Miss Linda, tapos si Miss Chu. Okay, favorite na college merienda, fishball or turon?
Nahirapan po. Fishball.
Dean Ferds.
Fishball.
Miss Linda.
Fishball po.
Miss Chu.
Fishball.
So guys, alam niyo na kung ano iririgalo sa kanila. Ha? Next. Nung kayo po ay college, saan po kayo malimit tumatambay? Library, canteen, or may playground or play space ng inyong school? Miss Nina.
Library po.
Wow, masipag na bata.
Oo.
Sir Ferds.
Canteen, very obvious.
Miss Linda, kayo po.
Dati po, library din. Kasi doon lang po aircon dati.
Wow. Miss Chu, how about you?
Alam, sasabihin ko yan, Ma'am Linda, library, kasi yun lang din yung aircon Sam. Pero ako, sa gym, kung saan kami nag-sports.
Right. Next question. O tandaan ha, ano po yung title ng libro na pinabasa sa inyo nung college na hanggang ngayon naaalala nyo pa? Okay? So ibahin naman natin ang sequence. Kay Miss Chu tayo magsisimula, kay Miss Linda, kay Dean Ferds, kay Miss Tina. Miss Chu, go!
Ano yun? Biomechanics of movement. Yun yung favorite book ko.
Ano daw? Sige, next. Para hirap na. Miss Linda, kayo po.
Human development po.
Wow. Doc Ferds.
System analysis and design.
Wow, may gumagaling. Pahirapan ito. Miss Nina, kayo po, ano pong libro?
Novel po, Teacher by Liwayway Arceo.
Wow, tignan mo lumalabas ang mga specialization. Next question. Ano ang inyong favorite subject nung college? Miss Chu.
Anatomy and physiology of exercise.
Miss Linda.
Research po.
Wow, iba din.
Sir
Ferds.
Programming. Oh.
Miss Nina.
Loyal po ako sa Filipino. Filipino po talaga.
Ako, tignan mo nga. So lahat po ng mga followers ng Filipino, alam nyo na ang pupuntahan. Next question. Ito medyo mas mahirap po. Ano yung laman ng bag nyo noon na tuwing pumapasok kayo sa school, hindi siya pwedeng mawala? Notebook, suklay, pabango, ballpen. Miss Chu.
Suklay.
Miss Linda.
Ballpen po.
Dean Ferds.
Ballpen.
Miss Nina.
Ballpen po.
Okay, ballpen. Okay, final question. second to the last, ano po ang ginagawa nyo pag tinawag kayo ng teacher sa recitation pero hindi kayo ready sumagot? Ano ang inyong ginagawa? Okay, Miss Chu.
Rare yun nangyayari kasi nagbabasa talaga ako ng books beforehand. Sorry.
Oh.
So, iba din. Miss Linda.
Meron po, ready naman po ako madalas. Pero pinapaulit ko po yung question ko.
Para may
Para lang
time.
sure. Oo.
Para may time mo.
May thinking time. Wais. Sige, Dean Fertz kayo po.
Ako wala akong natandaan na tinanong ako na wala akong naisagot. Diba? Knowing me.
Miss Nina, kayo po.
Ano po, ready naman po ako. Gusto ko nga po nang upo sa harapan para naririnig ko talaga yung teacher.
Same.
Tingnan nyo nga naman.
Same.
Kasi kanina ang tinanong ko to, iba-iba ang sagot na ibang program head. Sige po, final question at I think this is going to be your rebuttal. Give our freshmen, okay, an amazing advice na kung kayo po ay babalik sa pagka-freshman nyo, no, ano yung advice na ibibigay nyo sa sarili nyo na pwede nyo ring ibigay sa mga freshmen ngayon? Okay? So, unahin natin si Dean Fertz. Dean Fertz, ano po yung amazing advice na ibibigay nyo sa freshies natin ngayon?
Oo. Ako yung freshies kasi natin ngayon sa College of Education. I firmly believe that those who are enrolled in the College of Education are the best and the brightest. 'Di ba? Laging ganun yung paniniwala ko. Kasi pag pumunta ka kasi sa edukasyon at naging guru ka, yan ay isang pagtawag mula sa kataas-taasan. It's a calling, it's a noble profession. Yun yung paniniwala ko. Kasi katulad namin ni Chu, we never planned to be in education and yet I stayed for almost 30 years na in the educational field. So tinawag kami at ngayon ay tinatawag kayo. Yung sa iba madali ang landas, yung sa iba medium rare, yung may madali at hindi, at yung sa iba ay talagang paghihirap ang dadanasan. Pero no matter kung ano man yung landas na tatahakin nyo, mahirap man yan o madali, you keep your eyes on the prize. Na ito ay ginagawa nyo hindi lamang para sa inyo, hindi lamang para sa pamilya nyo, kung hindi para sa bansa. Dahil ang pagiging guro ay isang pagtawag sa isang higher calling na maglingkod. Kasi ngayon medyo marami na yung nag-enroll talaga ng education kasi medyo maayos na yung sweldo, maayos na yung benefits. Pero during our time, talagang mababa yung sweldo. Dati kasi sinasabi na kung mag-teacher ka na lang, I'm so offended by that, but by that particular remark. So, dear freshmen, katulad ko at katulad ng lahat ng nandito, hindi naging iba-iba yung pagtahak namin. May madali, may mahirap. Pero at the end of the day, nandito kayo, nagsimula kayo. Lagi namang ganun lagi namang may trials and tribulation, difficulties along the way. Kasi yung isang bagay na pinaghirapan mo, pag nakuha mo yon, it's sweeter, it's greater, much appreciated. So you just keep your eyes on the prize. Yung iba sa inyo, titigil ng isang SEM para magtrabaho, para may pang-enroll ulit. Yung iba, kailangan mangutang ng pan-tuition. Yung iba, kailangang mag-loan para magkaroon ng gadget, etc., etc. It's part, and everything, kung ano man yung difficulties na yan, that is part of the whole universe, honing you, cultivating you to be the best person that you could be and the noblest teacher that you could be. Yan.
Wow.
So lahat ng yan, i-hold. Ako ngayon, looking back at my experience nung panahon yun, parang hindi mo na kaya, parang susuko ka na, o kaya nabubuisit ka. Bakit ako? Iba naman. Hindi pa ba tapos? Or may ginawa kang pagkakamali? Part of that growing up is making mistakes, ha? Kami, I'm sure lahat ng nasa call na to, napakarami ding pagkakamaling nagawa sa buwan. But part of that is learning from those mistakes, accepting it, and part of that is cultivating you to be the best teacher of the Philippines.
Wow.
For the Philippines.
Winner.
And I, thank you.
Miss Nina, kayo naman po, what's your amazing advice to our freshies?
parang nasabi na po ni Dean First, napaka-dami pong wisdom ni Dr. Pitagan. Siguro po, based on my experience, siguro ang masasabi ko na lang, okay lang naman po na magkaroon ng extracurriculars. Kasi talagang nandun yan it's part of the socialization. Ako, I got something from my extracurricular. I learned to be loyal, I learned to be devoted, I learned to be confident. And ayun nga po, I learned na kahit na maraming challenges, di ba, masusurvive mo. But prioritize your studies kasi it's your future. Sabi nga po nila, education is the passport to the future. Ang tinitignan po kasi dito sa college yung hinaharap mo talaga bilang estudyante. So, ngayon pa lang, dahil first year kayo, itry nyo na mag-focus, di ba? Kahit na may pandemic tayo, swerte pa din kayo kasi nakakapag-aral kayo. Diba? Maraming batang gusto mag-aral, maraming hindi nakakapag-aral. Pero kayo maswerte kayo, nandito kayo sa NTC. May opportunity kayo na kahit na minsan mahirap yung buhay, diba? Minsan palaging mahirap yung buhay, pero nandito pa rin kayo. I-take nyo tong opportunity nito to, yun nga po, i-take yung challenge one at a time, step by step po talaga, hanggang sa maabot mo yung gusto mo. Sabi ko nga po, lagi sa mga naging students ko, make your dreams come true. Kasi ikaw naman yung makakaabot talaga sa pangarap mo. Ikaw yung makakakontrol sa buhay mo. Instead, papunta na kayo sa adulthood. Kung adult na kayo, nagsisimula na kayo magko-control ng buhay. So, marami pa kayong matututunan, marami pa kayong pag-aaralan, pero yun nga, one step at a time, matatapos din. So, yun po.
Thank you, Miss Nina. Miss Linda, kayo po.
Po siguro, freshman students, we are hedonistic in nature, no? What is pleasurable is repeated. No? I hope you can put fun and pleasure in studying just so you can, survive it. Kasi we grew up in a society wherein lagi parang feeling natin sa education ay mahirap. Pero sa totoo lang, yung pag-aaral ninyo ay hindi lang ang buhay nyo mababago. Mababago rin ang buhay ng pamilya nyo, mababago rin ang buhay ng future generations, at tama si Dean First, mababago ang bansa, no? Hindi lang natin to ginagawa para sa sarili natin, para maging kapaki-pakinabang tayong parte ng ating lipunan, so we can be interdependent to each other. So, galingan natin, bigay natin yung best natin, turn your pain into power, no? Lahat ng masakit, pag masakit ipin ng mga baby, may bagong tumutubong ipin. No, every time na minaramdaman kayong pain, you have to be prepared because there would be growth. Yun yung growth na yon, no? Yun yung pinaka iniintay natin, kaya ito nagbibigay ng efforts natin. No, walang maganda na hindi pinaghihirapan. So, yun lang po.
Thank you, Miss Linda. Miss Chu.
So, paano ko itatap yung sinabi niyan, turn it into power, no? Ako actually, simple lang din. Even now, ito yung mantra ko sa buhay, yung being responsible for your actions. Hindi na tayo bata. Freshmen na nga kayo eh. So, college na kayo technically. You're not children anymore. So, whatever actions you subject yourself to, kung ano man yung mga gusto nyong ginawa, maayos man yan or kalokohan. Kasi hindi na naman tayo mabubuhay nang hindi gumagawa ng kalokohan, di ba? Pero yun nga, yung be responsible, especially pag dumating yung consequences, huwag tayong manisi ng iba. Tanggapin natin yung pagkakamali kasi with mistakes, we learn. And then when we learn, that's when we grow. So, yun nga, tama yung sinabi ni Ma'am Linda na yung pain, put your pain or change your pain transform it into power. Kasi once that power enlightens you, you get to enlighten everyone else. So yun nga, tama. The key to a better life is education. Not only for yourself, for your family, for the country. So yun. Be responsible sa lahat ng desisyong gagawin nyo. Huwag kayong manisi ng iba kasi kayo lang ang gumawa niya.
Okay. So with that, my dear SOTE students, mga freshies natin, napakinggan nyo ang napaka-crisp na pieces of advice mula sa ating SOTE school leaders at nawa lahat ng kanilang mga binigay sa atin ngayong hapon ay magsilbing mga stepping stones para marating din natin ang ating mga pangarap. And to continue our orientation this afternoon, let me now turn you back to our host, Sir Matthew Bly. Sir Matt, good afternoon once more. Thank you, Dean Ferds, Ma'am Linda, Ma'am Nina, and Miss Chu.
Okay, thank you, Sir PJ. Thank you to our ganito kami noon discussants. Ladies and gentlemen, freshmen, these are your leaders. Yan. Mga leaders po natin sila, and their stories can be yours too. So now, let us take a quick break with this special number. So, ayan. Thank you very much, Dr. Matera, for that really wonderful and heartwarming intermission number. Yan nga, love will be our home, freshmen. So, lagi po natin tandaan, love will be our home. So, let's proceed po. Earlier, you had a chance to listen to our stories of our leaders when they themselves were in your shoes as their first year students. Now, this time, our DPAA, Dr. Ed Fermin, will lead a discussion with our selected students, student representatives, in the next segment entitled Unang Hirit sa Tanglaw. Dr. Ed?
Are very delighted that this day you will not only listen to the stories of your school-based leaders. Narinig nyo na yung kwento nila Dean Ferds, nila Ma'am Chu, no? Pero ngayon, we will listen to the actual stories of our distinguished student representatives. I will let them introduce themselves kasi kabahagi na sila ng SOTE. Tumanda, nagkaugat, nagkaputing buhok na rin sila sa SOTE. Simula nung first year students sila. And this is called Unang Hirit sa Tanglaw, where we will celebrate what it was like to become a first year student at National Teachers College. So, we will ask them to introduce themselves and we will begin with Irish. Irish, go ahead and introduce yourself and give us a quick greeting to our first year students.
Hi, first year students. I'm Irish Allen Tiangco from BSED Social Studies. I'm currently third year in National Teachers College and sobrang mag-enjoy kayo sa NTC kasi marami kong natutunan dito sa Tanglaw na hindi ko pala na-discover noon pa.
Excited kaming malaman kung ano yung mga na-discover mo na yan. Kinakabahan ako ng konti. Okay, let's now call on Sky. Sky, go ahead and introduce yourself and a short greeting, please.
Hello everyone, I'm Skylar Charlemagne de Lemos, taking Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education, major in Home Economics.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sky, baka naman gusto mong batiin yung mga first year students natin. Baka sabihin nila, suplada ka, hindi ka namamansin. Sky.
Hello mga freshmen. So, tulad nga ng sabi ni Ate Irish, mag-enjoy kayo dito sa Tanglaw.
Okay, parang si Iska yung short but sweet responses. Pero kayo mag-alala, mamaya padadaldalin natin yan, no? Now, speaking of daldal, ito siguro yung pinakamadaldal sa tatlong to. O, tawagin natin si Lance. Lance?
Hi, Freshies! So, ito, may panibagong mga uutuin na naman ng mga senior ng SOTE.
Ang sama?
Joke. So, welcome to the National Teachers College, mga Freshies, no? And also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for choosing NTC. Kasi ang NTC is not only affordable school, but also has a quality education. Kasi we in NTC, we provide competent teachers, we provide leaders, and we provide a quality education that everyone's deserve, no? So I hope enjoy nyo yung moment na to, no? Before that, no, bago pala mataas, di pala ako nagpakilala, sir, nakalimutan ko. Sa sobrang daldal ko. No? So ako pala si Lance Riley Giacebo, a fourth year student from BSED Social Studies, and also I am the incumbent SG president, no? So sa mga freshies dyan na gustong mag-SG, good luck. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. No? So these are three of the outstanding students and student leaders of the School of Teacher Education. Tandaan nyo, the National Teachers College was built as a school of teacher education. So, kayong mga freshmen na nandito ngayon sa SOTE, dapat super proud kayo. Hindi lang kayo ang pinakamalaking school, kayo rin ang reason why NTC was built. And so, bubuksan, babalikan, at may babanatan tayo dito sa segment na to. And so, let's begin with the first one. Bubuksan natin ang nakaraan ng tatlong ate at kuya nyo rito. I want them to tell us what opportunities did NTC open up for you when you became a first-year student. Let's make our story short, sweet, substantive so that this gives our freshmen time to reflect more on what you will be telling them, no? And the first person that I'm going to call on is none other than Sky. Sky, ano bang nabuksang pagkakataon para sa iyo because you became a student at Anglao?
Hello po ulit. So, sa totoo lang po, yung pagpasok ko sa Tanglao is biglaan lang po kasi dahil nga po sa pandemic, naisip ko na mag-stop muna, na wag muna po mag-aral. Iyon po. So, sa pagpasok ko po sa Tanglao, parang mas naisip ko po na dapat talaga hindi ako huminto dahil meron nga po Tanglao na magbi-build up pa po sa akin, na magbibigay pa po ng more opportunities.
Ako naman talaga namang nagulantang naman ako doon itong si Sky, paunti-unti na sinasabi, no? Parang dahil sa Tanglao na untog siya ng konti na dapat pala siyang mag-aral. Tama ba sinabi ko? Sky, no? Parang ganon. Okay, sige. Mamaya, dadaldal pa yan ng konti, maya-maya lang, no? O Lance, ikaw, what did NTC open up for you? Lance?
Wala, sir eh. Joke.
Sigurado ka, ha?
Gusto ko bigyan ng kadaldalan si Sky. Para naman,
Maya-maya dadaldal yan.
Oo nga po, sir. Pero anyway, sir. Siguro nabuksan sa akin ng NTC is yung pagiging competent ko and also yung quality ng leadership na meron ako and also yung eagerness ko to become a teacher, no? Kasi kagaya ng nakwento ko kanina na NTC is my fourth choice na school. Kasi
aray naman?
Yes sir, PUP, UP, and PNU, then NTC. No, syempre, sabi nga nila, tawag dito, kung sino yung pinakahuli mong choice, yun yung best choice para sa'yo. Which is, yun yung naging magandang nangyari sa akin. Kasi marami nagbukas na opportunity sa akin. Nagbukas una sa akin is opportunity to serve the student of this social studies. Pangalawa, sir, nabuksan ako ng pagkakataon to be part of the scholarship program ng PES sa NTC. So yes, I am a PES grantee. And also, nagbukas yung pagkakataon na dahil sa NTC, nagbukas yung pagkakataon na ma-improve ko yung sarili ko pagdating sa pagsasalita. Especially sa English. Kasi ako, sir, talaga, pag English ng labanan, kameme ako, sir. Pero pag Tagalog, kaya-kaya ko yan, sir. Kaso nga lang, because of the academic communication, no, ACADCOM na subject, na-enhance yung skills ko to speak in English. Na minsan nakagugulat ako, sir, nakapagsalita ako ng diretsong sentence ng English na hindi nagpo-pause. So sabi ko, oh my God, sabi ko ganyan, NTC is the best school for me. Kasi syempre, sir, di ba, yung from the private school, hindi ako ganun ka-vocal pagdating sa English. And I am very, very thankful for the NTC, because of those opportunity na nagbukas para sa akin. Thank you, sir.
And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, this interview will now shift to a fully English platform. Okay, no, just kidding. I just want you to be comfortable, no? Now,
sir, kinabahan si Irish. Kinabahan si Irish ng pa-English.
Medyo lang.
I think Irish can manage that well. How about you, Irish? Anong binuksan ng NTC para sa'yo?
NTC taught me a lot of things. Sobrang dami kong na-discover sa sarili ko na, ay, kaya ko pala to. Magiging ganito pala ako. Kasi before entering National Teachers College, actually, it was my second option na school.
Aray?
Na-realize ko bigla na, kaya pala sa NTC ako pumasok. May dahilan. Kasi mas ma-enhance ko yung sarili ko. Kasi before entering, average student lang ako. Nag-aalang ako, pumapasok. Hindi ako active sa mga orgs. Pero ngayon, unexpected na I am currently secretary in student government. And masasabi ko na NTC taught me a lot of things. Na-discover ko na, magiging student leader pala ako. May leadership in me pala na hindi ko na-discover noon before entering NTC. And sobrang dami kong natutunan sa NTC na pati yung sa public speaking kasi actually mahihain talaga ako sobra. Sobrang
hindi
mahiya ako
naman.
na pag nagsasalita sa harap. And then, during my first year, it was face-to-face class pa. My professors in NTC, especially Miss Paray, no? Sobrang na-encourage niya ako mag-public speaking kapag nagpapa-report siya. Kasi makikita mo dapat na ka pala, competent ka, na pag future teacher ka, dapat magaling kang mag-public speaking. Kasi someday, ikaw na yung magsasalita sa harap ng mga students mo. And NTC built me na magkaroon pa ng confidence na magsalita sa harap, and ayun. Thank you, NTC.
Max naman. I love how the three of you articulated the things that open up for you, no? Pero sana maya-maya, i-open up natin talaga si Sky. Konting-konti na lamang. But I think if something opened up for you, that means that following that, there had been a lot of maybe a mix of good and sad things that have happened. And so I'd like the three of you now to tell our first year students, balikan nyo nga yung isang karanasan when you were a first year students na feeling nyo, hindi nyo na talaga makakalimutan, and it's something that you want to tell our first year students because it's something worth sharing because there's something meaningful about it, no? So, think about that. Pero ang una kong pakukwentuhin niya ng kanyang maalaala mo kaya moment, si Lance. Okay, Lance?
Yes, sir. No, so, thank you. Sige, siguro ang babalikan kong moment na hindi ko makakalimutan is yung sa freshies ko is yung ano ba, sir? Ang dami kasi, sir, pero siguro ito yung...
Isa lang. Mga bukas na tayo matapos to sa next year na.
Pero siguro, sir, yung sa akin, sir, is yung nakilala ko yung mga professor ko.
Okay.
Kasi, sir, hindi ko naman po sila kilala. No, syempre, sir, fresh ka, hindi mo sila kilala. Mrs. Paraino is one of my best professor sa social studies. Mr. Rubinho also, Sir S.G. Ma'am Duhenya. So sila po, yung mga freshest day ko na, ay, hindi ko sila kilala. Paano yung nature nila as a teacher? Kasi ako, sir, yung estudyanteng napakadaldal. Baka mamaya ayaw nila nung sobrang daldal. So yun yung mga moment, sir, na naku, Diyos ko, kahit na teacher, sir, kasi binibiro ko kahit nasa klase, just to light the moment lang, sir, ng ano. But nagkamali ako, sir, na they are also a funny person. They are also, pag dito, nakikipaghalubilo sa amin, on Precious Day. And also, hindi ko rin makakalimutan sigurado, sir, is yung mga turo ng mga professor namin sa amin. Kasi, they know what they saying, no, sir. Alam nila kung ano yung gusto nilang iparating sa estudyante, and I will never forget those knowledge and learnings na nanggaling sa kanila na talagang bumukas yung isip ko na ay, tama nga naman, dapat ganito, dapat ganito. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang po nakakulong ako sa isang box ng sarili ko. Dahil sa mga professors, especially sa mga social studies professors ko, napalabas ako doon, napatalon ako sa box na, oy, eto, dapat try ko to, another moment ng buhay ko. Kaya, I am very, very thankful sa mga professor na after this year, kung papalaring makagraduate, isa na rin akong professor kagaya nila. And I owe a lot to my teachers from elementary to college. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Lance. No, why not? Seeing you around as a fellow faculty member may be something good, no? Okay, now let's try and listen to Irish this time. Balikan mo naman yung pagiging first year mo, Irish.
So, ayun, during my first year, yung pinaka-meaningful na hindi ko makakalimutan is yung friends na na-meet ko in Tanglao. Kasi sobrang, kasi late na ako nakapasok sa Tanglao, late na ng 1 week. Kasi galing ako sa bakasyon. And then, iniisip ko, baka wala akong ka-close. Pagpasok ko, close na silang lahat. Kasi pagpasok ko, ingay na nila. Tapos ako, tahimik lang ako sa gilid. Tapos, na-realize ko na yung people na mamimit ko pala sa Tanglao is, the best people na sobrang ma-enhance ako. Sobrang makakatulong kung paano ko ngayon. Kasi sobrang ini-encourage nila ako na, kunwari, kasi mabilis ako panghinaan ng loob. Then, yung mga friends na na-meet ko sa Tanglao, kaya mo yan. Support ka namin, ganyan. So, that was the meaningful na naturo sa akin ng Tanglaw.
Mm-mm. Wow, you found people who will really support you all the way. I'm very happy that you mentioned that Irish, no, because sometimes it's our tendency to become aloof or awkward that prevents us from reaching out to people and making them the ones who can really bring out the best in us, no? Kaya maingay pa yan gaya ni Lance o tahimik gaya ni Sky, in one way or another, they can actually make a better version of yourself. Now, speaking of Sky, Sky, ano naman yung na-excite kami nila Lance sa ni Irish, no? Mukhang may pasabog ka dito sa gusto mong balikan nung first year ka. Parang last year lang yata yon Sky, di ba? Last year lang ba yun?
Fresh na fresh pa po.
Fresh na, sariwang-sariwa. Okay, go! Ano yung gusto mong balikan last year?
Parang bilasan na kami, sir. Ganun po ba yun?
Ay.
Sobrang dami po.
Okay, go ahead, Sky. Pili ka ng isa that
So,
you think is worth sharing.
So last year po, a lots of things happened po sa akin. So hindi naman po talaga naging madali kahit po siguro kanino yung pagiging first year student. Parang nangangapa-ngapa pa po dahil nga new journey, new environment. So last year po, naranasan ko na umupo sa harapan ng laptop ko tapos umiyak na lang kasi wala po talagang pumapasok sa isipan ko. And then naranasan ko pong kabahan sa mga prof ko na mukhang masusungit at mas lalo pa pong kabahan sa mga prof ko po na bigla-bigla na lang nang tatawag. And yun nga po, mapuyat dahil ginawa ko po yung mga activities ko para maipasa and magbasa po ng mahabang reading materials. Tapos pag nakalimutan ko po, ulit muli ako sa umpisa. Pero yun nga po, dahil rin po sa mga naging kaklase ko na naging kaibigan din po, kahit parang mga internet friends ko pa lang po dahil hindi ko pa po sila namimit ng personal, at dahil rin po sa mga professor ko na mukha lang pong masungit pero maalalahanin din at mapagbigay sa oras po sa amin. And na-enjoy ko po yung journey ko as a first year student po.
Naku, si Sky pala yung ating pandemic baby, no? Part ka nung unang na talagang dumaan sa gupit ng pandemya, no? You know, Sky, when you mentioned that you had the moment of you're staring at your screen, tapos bigla ka na lang lumuluha, sana na-record mo yun, maganda yung pang maalaala mo kaya. Sky, dapat na-record mo yun. But at any rate, I can only understand what you went through. And the batch of first-year students right now will likely encounter those things, no? And I'm very happy that you courageously mentioned that story. So, marami tayong pwedeng balikan sa Tanglaw, and it depends on how you will spend your first year, no? Pipili kayo ng sarili niyong kwento at kabanata. Sa kaso ni Lance, pumipili siya ng anggulo at nahihilo na ako sa kanya. But that's it. That's the power of stories built at Tanglaw. And we encourage each of our first-year students, find the meaningful story in your journey as first-year students. The last letter B na natin. May binuksan, may binalikan, ngayon may babanatan tayo. Now that you have journeyed and matured, no? In the case of Sky, from first year to second year, in the case of Lance, na parang kinukuha na yata ni Lord, nagbiblink yung mga ilaw-ilaw na pinagdadaanan niya. Graduate na si Lance, si Irish na sa third year na, no? I wonder what your first year experience has prepared you to face. Yung feeling nyo dahil sa first year experiences sa Tanglaw, kayang-kaya nyo nang harapin or banatan yung challenge na yon. What is that challenge that you think you are very much ready to face now? So, pwede siguro nating unahin ngayon si Irish. Irish, what do you think?
The challenge na alam kong mahaharap ko na in the near future or sa mga nalalapit is yung public speaking. As I've said kanina nga na mabilis ako mahiya kapag ka nagpa-public speaking. Because of Tanglaw, during my first year nung face-to-face class and during my term sa student government, it taught me a lot of things. Tsaka nagkaroon ako to interact with other people, to speak in front of them. Kaya yun yung babaunin ko pag alis ko ng Tanglaw na hindi ko makakalimutan.
Nice to hear, Irish, no? So the capacity to speak and express yourself, that's very much alive at MPC. Now, let's ask Sky, how about you? What do you think are you ready to really deal with and face now that you are on your second year at MPC? Sky?
Ako po I know po na I am, naging flexible po ako and adaptive po sa mga time. Dahil rin po sa experience ko, parang natuto po ako na naharapin ng buong buo yung mga hamon po kung ano man po yung dumating. Dahil rin po sa pandemic.
Right. So, Sky, quickly lang, a follow-up, no? Do you think the pandemic situation, despite our challenges, you managed to learn well?
Yes po. Nasa estudyante rin po talaga, nasa sa kanila rin po. Kahit po nasa ang lugar tayo, nasa bahay man po or nasa eskwelahan, kung gusto po talaga nating matuto ng sa sarili lang natin.
Yeah.
Kayang-kaya po natin.
That's very inspiring. Thank you so much, Sky. And last but not the least, we'll call on Lance. Lance?
Hindi ko alam kung farewell speech na to.
Pwede, konti lang.
Pero yun na nga, sir. Siguro ang pinaka mababaunin ko from NPC is that they trained me to become a competent teacher. I am now ready to face my future students, to face the parents of my future students, and also I am now ready to face the real world of being a professor or teacher. No, that's the goal of the NPC, to produce a quality and competent teachers. So I am now ready to face the challenges of being a teacher, and ina-accept ko na po ngayon pa lang ang challenge na yon. Dahil isa akong NPCian at siguradong magiging proud ang aking mga kapwa NPCians na makita na sila sa Cebu isa ng Secretary of Education. Joke. Joke lang, sir. Pero yun nga, sir, siguro magiging proud ako. Talagang proud ako, sir, as NPCian. Kasi nakita ko yung mga professor ko, yung naging principal ko, mga dating NPCian. And I think isa rin akong magiging ganun din ako in the near future. Kasi tinuruan ako ng NPC kung ano ang dapat gawin bilang isang magaling at isang epektibong professor or teacher. Thank you, sir.
That can likely be an occurrence in the near future if we produce in Lance Secretary of Education. So, my dear first-year students, you have heard the stories of your ate and your kuya at SOTE, and there's more that you will learn from them. And sometimes all it takes is for you to reach out to them and start making friends. Irish, Lance, and Sky are here, and many others, to make the experience of the first year truly memorable for everyone. So, we will now ask the three of them to give one last item for the first year students to look forward to. And this is something that you don't have to explain. Sky, Lance, and Irish. In the event that we go back to face-to-face classes, what one special place in Tanglaw would you recommend the first-year students to visit? Nako, si Sky, wala pa siyang masasabi, pero siguro, ang pwede niya sabihin, yung gustong-gusto, narinig niya na pinag-uusapan at gusto niya ring mapuntahan. O sige, let's start with Lance, who's the oldest among the three. No? Lance, what one place at Tanglaw would you recommend the first year to look forward to?
Ako, sir, chill top.
Chill top. Okay. Don't explain kasi
yes,
home first year yun. Nahanapin nila yung chill top. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
How about Irish? Irish, what one place would you recommend the first year to discover?
Actually, chill top din. Pero nasabi natin,
Canteen. Okay. And lastly, Sky. From what you have heard from your ates and kuyas, what one place do you look forward to visiting at Tanglao?
Yung yung hotel room po sa Tacna.
Ay, okay. Huwag mong kukwento So, alamin na lang nyo, bakit kaya magandang tingnan yung hotel simulation room ng Tanglao? Hindi ko rin sasabihin. Look it up. So, in behalf of our team and our panel, we would like to thank all of our first-year students for choosing Tanglao. And we also thank Irish, then Sky, and Lance. Please stay safe, everyone, and please stay on as we try to learn more how to make your first year truly memorable. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
So ayan, thank you to our unang hirit sa Tanglao discussant. We got Kuya Lance, we got Ate Irish and Ate Sky. Di ba? Ang gaan lang na conversation nila with our BPAA. Now, let's take a quick break with this special number.
We dreamers have our ways of facing rainy days, and somehow we survive. We keep the feelings warm, protect them from the storm, until our times arrives. Then one day the sun appears, and we come shining through those lonely years. I made it through the rain, I kept my world protected. I made it through the rain, I kept my point of view. I made it through the rain, and found myself respected by the others who got rained on too, and made it through. When friends are hard to find and life seems so unkind, sometimes you feel afraid. Just aim beyond the clouds and rise above the crowds, and start your own parade. 'Cause when I chase my fears away, that's when I knew that I could finally say, I made it through the rain, I kept my world protected. I made it through the rain, I kept my point of view. I made it through the rain, and found myself respected by the others who got rained on too, and made it through. I made it through the rain, I kept my world protected. I made it through the rain, I kept my point of view. I made it through the rain, and found myself respected by the others who got rained on too, and made it through, and made it through, and made it through.
Thank you, Dr. Bulanadi. Yun nga, mga freshmen, I know that someday you'll make it through the rain, okay? In the next segment, we want you to pick up from... no. Okay, pick up nuggets of wisdom from the head of our guidance office, Miss Grace Ayesa Bernabe, on how you can make the first year truly meaningful. Let's watch this.
Hello, freshman students. We want to welcome you to the National Teachers College and the Guidance Office. The Guidance Office has prepared a short discussion on how to help you successfully transition to college. I believe that some of you are a bit apprehensive, afraid of what lies ahead, because you believe that you are in a bigger educational arena. So let me just help you by giving you tips on how to successfully transition and at the same time enjoy your learning at Alay. Let me just share with you my screen. So we want to welcome you to college survival tips transitioning from senior high school to college during COVID-19 pandemic. So with the recent migration of college classes to online formats, many students are wondering how they can make the most of their online class experience. Online learning, of course, should not be perceived as an easier way of learning just because some aspects in traditional classroom learning are not present. So this may include, of course, face-to-face interaction with professors and classmates, graded recitations, and the like. But rather, you must treat it as seriously as traditional classroom setup, which needs your dedication and time management skills. Online learning, let's say, is more convenient since you will not be needing to go to school or commute. Or, of course, what the Philippines is experiencing, traffic. And of course, you can do it in the comforts of your homes, which makes it more handy. So in transitioning from senior high school to college, you must be able and willing to adapt and adjust to various changes, especially to this new platform of online learning, and that is your key to survival. So let me just share with you my objectives for today. Number 1, we will break down 11 tips on how to successfully adapt or adjust to college. And then we will discuss ways on physical and mental health preparations to school. So, the first step for you is to be prepared before beginning your classes. Okay, understand that your online classes is not going to be easier than a traditional classroom setting. There are a lot of things to be prepared for when you are enrolled in online class, just like when you are in traditional face-to-face. So this also includes a stronger internet connection. You also have to prepare for graded recitations and assignments, which you do in traditional setting. Understand online practices and expectations. In traditional classroom, of course, you have experienced that your teacher will give you house rules to live by, to have harmonious relationship with everyone. So the same also goes with online classes. There will be guidelines your professor will give you. So this will range from the number of absences allowed or the link where you will submit your group and individual works or anything that the teacher wants you to submit. So this you have to be mindful of and bear in mind all the time. Look up the technical requirements of your online classes and update your computer accordingly. This pertains to the apps you will need for the class or the needed operating system inside your computer to facilitate in your online classes. Make sure that you have a reliable internet access. This is very important now that we are facing an online learning platform. Be willing to become a tech savvy. So learning how to maneuver technology will make your lives easier. You can also ask a friend to lend you a helping hand or your parents. Tip number 2, learn your online classroom. So your ability to navigate and utilize the tools of your online classroom site is the key. So as this will be the site where you will access all course materials, watch virtual lectures, participate in class forums, submit assignments, and take exams. It is important that you know how to access it and where the things, of course, are located. And the sooner you do, the better off you will be. So depending on your school or professor, your online class has 2 categories, synchronous learning and asynchronous learning. So let me just discuss with you the difference between the two. So synchronous learning, this is an online or distance education that occurs in real time. In other words, your online classroom operates similarly to an in-person class, just that it happens online. Synchronous learning in online classes typically involves live streaming of your online lectures, live chat rooms for the in-the-moment class participation, and set online class times for students to virtually attend. So how about asynchronous learning? Online or distance education that is not in real time, and it occurs when you schedule to work on the class. While your professors will provide online lectures, assignments, and exams for you to complete, you can do so on your own time or in your own pacing, as long as you meet the specified deadlines for each. The sample of this is your modular type learning. Okay, tip number 3, bring the same level focus. So just because your classroom is virtual doesn't mean you should treat the class any differently from an in-person one. So instead, you have to continue to maintain a strong work ethic, be proactive with schoolwork, complete and upload all assignments on time, and study hard for exams. As if you are, of course, attending an in-person class on campus. Your online classes are the same as any other traditional in-person class you take in college. Therefore, continue to apply the same level of focus, determination, and quality work ethic in order for you to succeed. Tip number 4, set up a regular study space. Okay. When taking an online class, set up a designated learning environment where you can go to focus on your schoolwork. Doing so can not only help you be more proactive or productive by eliminating distractions, but it can also help you to stay organized and establish a healthy online learning routine. So as you go about looking for a location to study, find a space that allows you to focus. For those who can get easily distracted, try to stay away from public spaces where unexpected interruptions can occur, or in a room with tempting distractions such as televisions or walls. Also, make sure that your chosen study space can support the technological requirements of your online class at a minimum. So that should include access to a high-speed internet, power outlets, and headphones to listen to your virtual lectures. Then, of course, once you have your designated study space, keep it organized. You can arrange your references for easier access. Let's say your chargers, headphones, or anything you will need in your online class. Tip number
Ayan. Thank you, Miss Ayesa. We hope that our new students pick up a lot from your discussion. Let's take a different break this time. We hope that you can participate in this short quiz game just like yesterday. So, meron po tayong game na naman. So, hopefully ready na po kayo. This is called the Pili-Pili Quiz. Pili-Pili Quiz. We have multiple choice and this is the mechanics of the game. So, ang mga answers po natin ilalagay natin sa ating chat box nandyan sa ating FB Live. Okay, for the mechanics, after the host, that is me, says go, be the first and fastest to give the letter of the correct answer on FB Live chat in this format. Capital letter of the answer, followed by your full name, degree program, and level standing. Example, A, Lee Art Cruz, BSE, second year. Alright? So I hope you're ready. So, here it goes. Yan, simulan po tayo sa ating Pili-Pili Quiz. Question number 1. Ano kaya ito? Okay, wait. Hintayin ang go ha. What does Fiat Lux on the school seal means? What does Fiat Lux on the school seal means? Okay. Letter A, let light begin. Letter B, let there be light. Letter C, light up our lives. And letter D, live a life of light. Ready and go! Place your answers on our group. Question number 1, and that is letter B, let there be light. Okay, congratulations. Yan, may mga naka-points na siguro. Marami siguro nakatama dito. Alright, next, number 2. Question number 2. NTC founders were originally A, political figures, B, government leaders, C, public school teachers, or D, private school owners. Type your answers. Go! Ayan. Let's wait for answers. Ano kaya ang mga founders ng NTC? Ano kaya ang mga trabaho nila sa team nyo? Alright? Okay, let's now reveal the answer. And the answer is public schools teachers, letter C. See, even the founders of NTC are public school teachers. Okay, I hope that you're learning from this Pili-Pili quiz. Now, let's go. Let's proceed to number 3. Question number 3, what is this? If education is the oldest program at NTC, what is the youngest? So, ano kaya yung pinakabatang program sa NTC ngayon? Letter A, IT. Letter B, tourism. Letter C, psychology. Or letter D, accountancy. And type your answers on the chat box. Go! And we are gathering answers that's on our FB Live. Yan. Siguro marami na nakasagot and hopefully tama po yan. Tingnan po natin kung ano ba tamang sagot. Okay, let's proceed po. Ano po bang ating answers? Tamang answers for number 3. Yan, letter D, accountancy. Yan, accountancy. So recap lang tayo sa ating mga winners. Question number 1, we have Miss Jana Victoria. And question number 2, we have Rana Claire Presidente. And for number 3, napakabilis naman ni Ma'am Monet Napoles. Ayan. Okay, I hope that you're enjoying this Pili-Pili quiz that we have right now. Proceed po tayo sa question number 4. Number 4 na tayo. Number 4 na. Okay. One of NTC's buildings is named after. Sino kaya? Letter A, Jose Rizal. Letter B, Emilio Aguinaldo. Letter C, Andres Bonifacio. Letter D, Apolinario Mabini. Pabitin ha? Go! Yan, let's wait for the answer. Say, ano kaya ang NTC building is named after this hero? Sino kaya? Sino kaya? And we are gathering answers on our FB Live, and hopefully may nakatama na sagot. And answer reveal naman po, Jose Rizal. Meron po tayo Jose Rizal building po sa NTC. And I guess this will be the last one. Last question. Sino kaya ang pinakamabilis na number 4? Okay, but before that, mamaya i-announce natin ulit ang ating winner. Okay, this is for question number 5. Question number 5. Which is the group that holds together 7 schools, including NTC? Letter A, high school. Letter B, I-People. Letter C, Ayala Education. And letter D, integrated schools. Your answers? Go! Ayan! Sige po, mag-answers lang po kayo dyan sa ating FB Live. We are waiting for the answers. Sino ay ang pinakamabilis nating mamipili? Makukuha po natin yan within a while. And the answer is, for question number 5, letter B, I-People. Thank you very much. Ayan, may winner na po siguro tayo. Okay, bibigyan po natin ng recap ng ating mga winners. We have winner, Miss Jana Victoria Segovia. Number 2, Miss Rana Claire Presidente. Number 3, Monet Napoles for number 3. Number 4, Miss Michelle Villarete. And sino kaya sa ating number 5? Tingnan po natin. Hintayin lamang po natin. Okay, yan. Mamaya i-announce po natin yung winners for number 5. But congratulations to the winners. We now call Dr. Fermin back for the launch of the special program for this year's students. After which, he will introduce our final speaker.
Good morning once again to our dear freshman students. You have heard the stories of how your school-based leaders spent their own first-year college lives. And you have heard our student representatives talk about the beauty of starting your college days here at NTC. And this year, for the very first time, National Teachers College is going to launch its comprehensive program for making sure that our freshman students are able to enjoy the first few days and the entire first year of their college lives. This is Tanglao 101. Inspired by the very definition of growing our light as individuals and as a community, we affirmed the fact that firsts can mean a lot of fears and sometimes frustrations. And at some point, they could also mean a little amount of failures. However, through Tanglao 101, we expect to engage new students in conversations that foster a sense of community and belonging. Mahalaga para sa pamayan ng Tanglao na maramdaman ninyong lahat na kayo ay kabahagi ng aming kasaysayan at ng ating kinabukasan. Tanglao 101 will also equip new students with essential competencies in adjusting properly to college life. Mahalaga para sa pamayan ng Tanglao na kayo ay lumago at lumayag pa ng mas makabuluhan bilang mga mag-aaral sa antas kolehiyo sa pamamagitan ng mga kasanayan at karunungan na aming ibabahagi sa inyo. And last but not the least, Tanglao 101 will enable new students in setting goals towards a transformative college experience. Mahalaga para sa pamayan ng Tanglao na ang sarili niyong kwento ng pagiging isang bagong mag-aaral ay magiging hudyat ng mas malawak, mas malalim, at mas makabuluhang pakikitungo sa isa't isa at sa ating buong pamayanan. We understand perfectly that while firsts can mean fears, they can also mean fun. Although we are quite far from one another at this point, we just need to continue observing the need to be formed into individuals who have a deep connection with one another. And to do this, we will be offering you 3 types of classes that are specifically designed only for first-year students. And take note, these will be required as you complete your first year here at National Teachers College. Only first year and new students this year shall undergo what we call master classes. These are webinars that are done with our Tanglao personalities and mentors, from our college president down to some of our faculty champions. And we will be doing this by program cluster of a set of degree programs that are related in one form or another. And through these master classes, we hope that you will get nuggets of wisdom about broad themes of what it means to become a new student. Meantime, the mentor classes will actually be block-based conversations that can help you form better and stronger ties with your blockmates, but they will be moderated by selected student leaders from your school. And take note, the content of these mentor classes will be based on the master classes that you will go through. And finally, by the end of the first semester and by the end of the second semester, you will have block-based team conversations with selected faculty members. Within a block, there will be smaller groups of students so that we can find out how you have been doing, despite and in spite of the challenges that we are all going through. Hopefully, through these programs, you'd be able to find answers to 3 important questions. Number 1, what does it mean to become part of Pamayanang NTC? So that by the end of your first year journey, you will feel you belong to NTC. The second question is, what do I have to make my first year experience really matter? And by reflecting on the answer to this question, we hope that by the end of your first year, you will feel that you really can be the best version of yourself while you are at Tanglao. And last but not the least, we would love for you to answer the question, what goals will I set this year, your very first year in college, and how will you achieve them? So that by the end of your first year, you can confidently say you will always be better as long as you're connected to Tanglao. So, our dear first year students, please take note that your journey in your first year college will not only allow you to form new friendships, but more importantly, we will allow you to spend this first year to firm things up, including your personal vision of success, with great faith in yourself and in others. Remember, as Taylor Swift constantly reminds us, we all only get so many firsts, and each one is a blessing. And we hope that by the end of your first year, Tanglao 101 will remind you you made the right choice of coming to National Teachers College. Thank you, and see you at our Tanglao 101 classes very soon.
Ayan! Thank you everyone for participating today. So recap lang po, bale sa ating mga winners kanina for ating Pili-Pili quiz, we have Miss Jana Victoria Segovia, we have Ryana Clear, Presidente, we have Monet Napoles, we have Michelle Villarete, and for number 5 na naka-answer sa letter D, we have Carla Intalan. Okay, so, ayan, we hope to see you in our next learning sessions for the first year students. Again, welcome to school year 2021-2022. Tuloy kayo sa Tanglao. Let us now sing together our school hymn.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to NTC. Welcome to Tanglao. Thank you for choosing National Teachers College and for being Tanglao. I am Fred Ayala, the Chairman and President of National Teachers College, and it's my privilege to welcome you to our pamilyang NTC. At NTC, we aim to provide quality education in order to continue building the Filipino nation, and we commit ourselves to the following transformations. Firstly, building a culture of experiential, real-world learning that connects your passions with your ambitions, that promotes more upbeat and distinct methods of learning from blended learning to fully online modes. All of this to ensure that our graduates go on to realize their best possible careers as well as their full potential. The second thing we are committed to is enhancing the quality of student life through what we call Alagang NTC. We believe that as we enhance our academic programs, there is also, of course, the commensurate need to ensure the well-being holistically of all of our learners. Thirdly, we are committed to providing better facilities and resources. Although we have been on virtual learning since last year, we want to offer a more engaging and encouraging physical environment. For one day, hopefully sooner rather than later, we shall go back to face-to-face. For this reason, we have invested to make our campus more conducive to learning, equipping it with modern laboratories, information, and technology resources. So again, hopefully, sooner rather than later, we will see each other on campus. I really look forward to seeing all of you enjoy these facilities. So in closing, my wish for each one of you, as well as for our community, is that we can all continue to really learn and grow together by actively supporting each other and by actively listening to each other, which of course is really the only authentic way to really collaborate and grow together. My personal advice for each of you as we begin this school year is to stand up and stand out, each in your own way, of course. Be strong, think of others, step up and step out of your comfort zone. Be someone who impacts and helps our community, our country, and our world, one neighbor at a time, one classmate at a time. When we put others ahead of ourselves, the fulfillment is truly tangible and the possibilities are truly endless. After all, we are Pamilyang Tanglao. So in closing, this is our National Teachers College. We shall continue to offer accessible, quality, and relevant education for all, which leads to employability and sustainability. And through this, we can continue the legacy of grace, service, and nationalism that makes NTC truly the Tanglao that you can now call your new home. So welcome everyone to NTC. Welcome to Tanglao and school year 2021-2022. Thank you guys.